Making coffee. Those of you that don't watch this too often, this is how I make my coffee. Basically like tea. All right. Should we turn on the lights? Yeah, turn on the lights. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Bam! Today is Friday, August 2nd, 2019. My name is Jeremy. This is my first cup of coffee. Oh, so good. Well, it's Friday, and I've been saying all week, good morning, good morning. I've been saying all week that today is the day I finish the draft of the book that I'm working on, and it's gonna happen. There is nothing else on my calendar that has to happen. There are things that can happen, things that I would like to happen, things that I want to do other than record the rest of this book. But as soon as I'm done here, as soon as this episode's up, bam, I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna record a couple sections, make some breakfast, record a bunch more, make some lunch, and record. I should be able to finish it before Kempo class tonight. And if I can't, I'm gonna skip Kempo. Because I promised I would get this book done. I'm telling the world I'm getting this book done. I'm gonna get this book done. I've been working on it for way too long. And it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Ah. Like a scratch or something there. Keep picking at it. What else? So yesterday was a crazy day. Yesterday may have been the most productive, like, just feeling I've ever had. It was intense. So I've rented that's the wrong verb. I have a membership at a co-working space one town over. And I ended up there yesterday. Now, what's interesting about co-working is that if you're not familiar with this term, you're around a bunch of other people working. You're not working together, you're just working together. You're working in the same space. You are co-working, hence the term. But this is a new place, so there was nobody else there. So I went in. I had no distractions. Like, there's nothing. There's no clock on the wall. It's just tables and chairs and internet. And I sat down with my laptop and I just put the hammer down for like 3-4 hours. And I got through email, and I put up a new shirt in the store, and worked on a couple other projects, and it was insane. It was great. I loved it. So, yeah. Yeah. Uh, I think what this means is that I am far more distracted, far less productive working here at home than I ever imagined. I figured I did okay. But when you start to incorporate laundry and making meals and dealing with the cat and getting the mail and checking on the plants and looking out the back window and, oh, what's that in the driveway, and on and on and on, it adds up. Not to mention, my office is the hottest room in the house. So I think, depending on the work that I'm doing, I'm going to spend less time here. Yeah, Scott says shiny things. Exactly. There's always something to be distracted by. And as one person trying to get done, the work of 3-4 people, Stacy says, squirrel. Trying to get all that work done, I've got to be really efficient. Now, what I'm intrigued about, what I was genuinely laughing out loud about, was this realization that if simply shifting the place I'm doing the work has that much of an impact for me, all these other tools that I've discovered to squeeze as much productivity I can out of working in that space right over there, doing that somewhere else, I'm going to need to work like 4 hours a day. Or I'll work, a full 8 and do the job of 3 people. So I'm excited for what this looks like. I had a meeting yesterday morning. For those of you that don't know, and I think I've shared this, but I'll share it again. In order to fund whistlekick better, because let's face it, whistlekick is a monster. It can eat all the money I can give it in terms of product. And this is not an easy business. And I've made mistakes. And some things that I'm responsible for have happened. A bit outside my control, but they've still been issues. And we are undercapitalized. That's the official term. Basically, whistlekick doesn't have the money it needs to really grow the way it needs to grow. So I'm consulting. I'm doing marketing consulting, websites, doing all the things that I already do for whistlekick, but doing it for other people, and they're paying me a lot of money to do it. And it's great. And so that means that money goes into whistlekick. So I'm funding my business with another business. So basically, that's what a lot of these meetings I talk about, that's what those are. It's meeting with prospective clients and things like that. And it's been going really well. So I'm excited. I'm excited about how all this is going. What's going on product-wise? There should be a bunch of new helmets hitting the store next week. Not new, but just more helmets. I ordered a ton of helmets. I had to pick what we could get out of the foam gear. We couldn't get everything. There wasn't the money to get everything. But helmets always sell. They're our best-selling item out of the foam items. And so I ordered a bunch of helmets. Red, white, blue, and black. I think that's it. I've pulled back on the other colors because they don't sell as well. So right now it's just what sells the best. That's where the money's going. How quickly can we turn that money over to buy more? That's the plan. So that stuff is supposed to arrive at the warehouse this week. I didn't hear anything, so maybe it's going to be today. And my hope is it'll be live next week. What else? We should have more Olympic Taekwondo gear by the end of the month. What else is on order? The semi-contact gloves, those are restocked. Now there's red. Oh, hold on. I'll show you the red ones. I didn't show anybody. If you follow me personally on Facebook, you may have seen these, but same design, just instead of white on black, it's white on red. So they came out great. I really like it. That factory does a really good job for us. I'm very happy with them. And what's the other thing that's on order? The new Taekwondo pullover uniforms. They're white. They're on the way. They're going to be great. That factory has been nailing it with the samples. So I'm super stoked. We'll just continue to crush as much as we can. Stacy says she loves her purple whistlekick gear. I love the purple too. Purple's a phenomenal color. Unfortunately, you don't sell as much of the purple. So when you have limited money, you gotta do the things that sell the fastest. And that's really what we're focused on right now. What sells the fastest? It's helmets. And it's red, white, black, and blue. It's not even blue. It's red, white, and black. We'll keep going. All right, we got questions. Let's answer some questions. If you want to ask me a question, drop it below. Scott says, blue or light blue sells better. Maybe for you. Maybe. That's a question. Does blue or light blue sell better? Is that your question, Scott? I don't know if it's a question or a statement. If you want to ask me a question for a future episode, you can do so below in the comments, and I'll answer it on the next episode. First comment. Dark blue sells better than the light blue. The dark blue, what we call Arctic, is a better seller than the light blue, which we call Barracuda. Although we have way more Barracuda right now because I ordered it too much. All right. So, uh, these questions are in reference, in part, to yesterday's episode of Martial Arts Radio. And when I talked about martial arts radio on yesterday's episode of First Cup, the episode was live in on whistlekickmartialartsradio.com, but that was the only place. We made an error. The release date was correct, but the time was wrong. It was set for noon. So I apologize to any of you who went to look for that episode on YouTube and it wasn't there yet, but it should be there now. It is there now. I've checked. It should also be in your podcast feed. In terms of building strength, which do you prefer, weightlifting or stretching, and why? So I'm not sure if I'm understanding this question correctly. Stretching isn't going to build strength. Stretching is important. Building flexibility, maintaining mobility is important. But in terms of building strength, there is nothing better than weighted training, resistance training, lifting weights, whatever you want to call it. Your body will adapt to what you give it, and the easiest way to get it to adapt to lifting heavy things is lifting heavy things. There are a lot of great ways that you can move your body to get stronger, but nothing has more overall benefit to your health, no one physical thing, than lifting weights. Isometric stretching. So isometrics, I mean, it doesn't even have to be stretching, but isometrics with contractions can help. It can be really good. It can be a great aspect of connecting with your body, especially for martial artists. But I prefer resistance training. I'm a nerd, right? So there are numbers there. I can watch my progress in a much easier way than I can with probably anything else. I picked up 200 pounds last time. I can pick up 205 pounds this time. Great, I know I'm stronger. And that feels really good. To be perfectly honest, I sometimes have to force myself to do other types of exercise because I enjoy that trackable numerical progress. Which do you consider more formidable, mental strength or physical strength, and why? Depends. Depends on the situation. What am I up against? I think mental strength is more valuable overall. I think it accomplishes more in life. I think it's the tool that you're going to use every day. There's a point where physical strength can be excessive in most situations. But that being said, if somebody tries to mug me coming out of a store, I'd rather they be mentally strong than physically strong. I think physical strength has tremendous value. I mean, it's something I work on myself. If I didn't find value in it, I wouldn't spend my time and energy on it. I think both are incredibly valuable. I think we're at a point in life, a point in society now where, because a lot of things have become really easy, we like to downplay the importance of physical strength, physical health, just in general. This meat suit that I'm in, that I tried to hack apart the other day, it's the only one we get. And while it does heal, and while there are amazing developments in medicine that can help us maintain it, the quality of this body that I have enhances the quality of my life. If you've ever, no, we're not going to go in that direction. Yeah, we'll cut that one off there because I'm seeing it's already 15 minutes. All right, next one. Last question for today. What do you think of muscle milk and other such drinks? All right, so let's go over some facts. You need protein to build muscle. You need protein to live. Technically, you don't need carbohydrates to live, but it's going to be pretty hard to live without carbohydrates. They're in pretty much everything. But the amount of protein that we are told we need is grossly over-exaggerated, especially the amount of protein you need to build muscle. Why are we lied to on that? Because the companies selling protein have had a very, very strong hand in the studies that say you need, a gram per, what are they claiming? A gram per pound of body weight that you want to weigh. It's not necessary. Now, you can argue with people about this. There are plenty of people, plenty of bodybuilders, plenty of people. I have friends. I have very good friends who still believe this. You know my counterexample to that? Guys in prison. They don't get tons of protein. They don't get tons of food. But because the body is this amazing adaptation machine, they work out constantly because it's what they have to do, and they get really strong. And really, some of them get really big. And they're not getting really big because they're somehow sneaking in protein or they're buying protein at the commissary. Some of them do. But they're getting big because they're telling their body to get big, and the body will convert what it has into protein. Protein becoming muscle. Why does that matter? Why does that matter to the question? So something like muscle milk. What's good about muscle milk? It's convenient. It tastes good. It has protein. What's bad about it? It's probably a waste of money. It's loaded with sugar and chemicals. And depending on the research that you look at, when do most people take that protein? Right after a workout. There are some benefits to not eating anything right after a workout. There are some benefits to remaining in a fasted state immediately after an intense workout. You don't have to take my word for any of this. There is plenty of research out there. And there are plenty of places that make that research a little more approachable. One of my favorite places to learn about this stuff, there are 2 podcasts that I listen to. There are 3 that bring this information in a great way. The Model Health Show with Sean Stevenson, the Ben Greenfield Fitness Podcast with Ben Greenfield, and Mind Pump. I listen to Mind Pump the most because I find it the most entertaining. But all 3 of those talk about this stuff, and I try to learn. This is where I learn a lot of my stuff about fitness and health. I trust these gentlemen. And they spend a lot of time doing research and into the research. And when they give me something that I don't trust, I'll go and research it on my own. But for the most part, they're pretty spot on. If you're looking to build muscle, we'll just kind of tie this up here. If you're looking to build muscle, you have to challenge your body with some kind of resistance, and you have to eat an adequate amount of protein. How do you know it's the adequate amount of protein? You're building muscle. In fact, there are studies showing that too much protein actually has a negative effect on your health long term. So keep that in mind. All right. So I'm going to go work on this book. And by work on this book, I'm going to finish this book. I am super pumped to finish this book because there are a lot of things that come from this book. And you know what? If it goes well, I'll work on the next book. So, what should my next book be? Ask me. If you want, ask me. I just asked you. You tell me what the next book should be. Comment below. If you want to ask me questions for Monday's episode, drop those below. I hope you have an amazing day. Oh, what am I doing this weekend? I have no idea. I don't think there's anything on my calendar. Whistlekick has a training this weekend. I might go. This is a nice thing about the team, is the team functions. I don't have to do anything. Oh, come on. There we go. weekend. I have to do a bunch of chores, but I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great day. I hope you get something done today that excites you even half as much as I'm excited to get this book done. I hope you enjoy your coffee and all of the things that bring you joy. Don't forget, we do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. You can catch it later at firstcupofjeremy.com or in your podcast feed. Now, your homework. Enjoy your Friday. Pick one thing that you would not normally get done. Something small, something that you're keeping at the bottom of your list. Put it at the top of your list. Take that 5, 10, 15-minute thing that is not that critical, but you're looking at it and you're like, ugh, I really should do this. Put it at the top of your list. Get it done. Get it done right now, if possible. And enjoy how you feel after. I'll see you back here on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend and a great day. Take care. Peace.